Guys, this is WEE-C3, and today I usually post, 7 days, or I posted once about Paragon. Well, this time I'm doing something a little different. This game I've played for a very long time. I mean, I was not that long, but like, yeah, I got some days on this game. 153 consecutive days, meaning I log in every day nonstop. Okay. I'm going to show you some of the things with this game. Some people get confused because it tells you what to do, but not into depth. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't tell you when you're in trouble, push this button and this and this and that and this. You know what I mean? It'll tell you just basic shit. And basic shit is okay, but I mean, you know what I'm saying? If you want to learn all that foo-foo finesse shit, this is it. Okay? Right now, before you, you're witnessing Siren. She's a warframe that is all about poison, pretty much. Her poison spreads. By the way, I got to give a shout out to my clan on here. It's not my clan, but it's the clan that I'm a part of. Wonderful, wonderful group of people called Shadow Lotus. If you ever download Warframe, I definitely suggest going to this clan. Other clans are pretty cool and shit, but I mean, out of all the ones that I've been in, this one is the one that I've stayed in for the longest. Shadow Lotus, excellent clan. Definitely check them out. Back into the details with this game. It is pretty much like you're controlling a Iron Man alien version of a robot. There's nobody in that robot. The person you see before you is a robot. There is no person in that robot. Now, for the lore of the game, pretty much like the backstory to it, the first warframes that were created were controllable. You could get inside them and control them as if it was like an Iron Man suit. Only issue is that a lot of the controllers or operators they're a special alien race called Orokin. When they would get into these warframes, there's not that much armor. Some of them have shields and shit, but they kept getting killed. Alright, and to kind of like reduce the risk of getting killed and shit, they made warframes that are pretty much mind controlled from a distance. Okay? For instance, if you head to the back of the ship, when you get to a high enough level, you'll notice that and you beat the certain quest. I forget what the quest is called, but hold on. I thought they opened that door up. Right here is the person that controls you. He is your operator, or whoever you choose as a person. They're your operator. They sit literally right in the back of your ship in this very large seat, and they pretty much control the warframe. Okay. Now, with all these warframes, because that's what I love about this game. Some games only have like a certain selection of heroes, like or characters. Like Smite has a fucking ton of characters to choose from. This game has a ton of characters to choose from as well. Each do their own special ability and pretty much just all around awesomeness. All right, I'm gonna show you which ones I have that are, in my opinion, the best for certain different types of scenarios. Such as, if you have, like, say there's a lot of enemies coming at you, this warframe is best because, say, all the enemies that are coming around you are surrounding you, this character can bring out poison. Alright? She pretty much creates a gas of poison, like a little mist or whatever, and anybody that walks into that gas, they're getting all kinds of like disease, pimple, like pus looking infection all over them, because she's all about poison. Okay, she's like the poison ivy of the game, if you have ever played Batman and whatnot. Now let me show you this right here. Alright. Each warframe is pretty much like an Iron Man suit. Okay? Each Iron Man suit has different abilities. What's up, young? I just saw the party invite. Give me a sec. I'm trying to do a video on pretty much the basics of this game. Give me one sec. Each character is like a Iron Man suit in a sense. You know what I mean? You get into it or you control that suit, and that suit can pretty much fuck anybody up. All right. With this game, each character has their own. I don't know how to say this. Each character has their own style and all-around power. If you notice really closely, for instance, this character Volt, he has electricity kind of like coming off his body because he's nothing but speed. This is a fast character. His one power, he can actually go super fast to where he leaves a glowy trail, so to speak, on the ground. Okay? He's all about speed and electricity. Alright, he's perfect for if you go against the enemies that are on here that are like robotic and shit. He will fucking shred them to pieces because the electricity fries all their equipment. Okay? This character is all about healing. Say you're damaged really badly, I can walk up, put you to full health, give you full energy, and just send you back into battle and you go kill everybody. This person is mostly support and does not get into battle. Do not put this character into the battlefield. If there's a bunch of enemies, alright, young, I'll be just 1 second. I'm just gonna give this broadcast a little overview of the game because there might be people that play this game and don't really understand the whole gist of it. If anything, stay right here and I'll join the party and everything as soon as I'm done. Alright, I'm gonna be like not even a second. That's the rule of thumb with this character. What I was saying, this character, do not get into the middle of the battle because she will get killed. If you look at the bottom of the screen where it says armor, my original character, the poison chick, has 225 armor. This character only has 15. She gets shredded alive. But the cool part about it is that if the entire team is about to die, she can give everybody health at once and kill the enemy like nothing. Because of all that power she gave to everybody, she turns it into, in a sense, it's like a overshield. She has an ability called Armor Link, which if an enemy is standing right next to her and that enemy has a lot of armor, she'll take her powers and link it with that enemy, and she will be the same strength as that enemy, but just her. You know what I mean? But the shitty part about it is that power, you have to stay close to the enemy. If you go far away from the enemy and that power is still on, it'll actually disconnect the link and then you'll become vulnerable again. So always stay near the enemy when you're wanting to use her as more of a pusher. You get what I'm saying? Now, I showed you this one. This character is the poison ivy of the game. This one is my favorite. This guy, he is a fucking beast. His name is Rhino. Alright? He's all around a tank. He can create a kind of, it's called Iron Skin. And right now you see the person decked out in armor and whatnot. Well, when he puts on the power called Iron Skin, his normal armor actually becomes all gold plated. And he gets like a second kind of armor on. It is honestly the best character because this character cannot get knocked down. He can't get pushed back. He can't get he can't stagger whatsoever. He can take any amount of damage as long as, sorry about that. Alright, sorry about that. I got 2 dogs. This character can't take any damage. He's very sturdy, but actually that's the only thing. He doesn't have any kind of flaws like that. I mean, he does have his own flaws, but I mean, in my personal play preference and how I use him, he's just all around fucking a tank. You know what I'm saying? This person right here is the first prime version of any Warframe that I got. By the way, that's another thing. There's 2 different types of Warframes. There's a normal version and a prime version. No difference except for there's more polarity slots, meaning your mods will fit better in the Prime versions because it's got little symbols and shit. I'll do in another video. All these symbols mean, like if I had a mod for extra damage and I put the card on this character, that mod, if it has a polarity slot already, that mod's capacity, that takes what room it takes up, will be cut in half. You get what I'm saying? So like say you have a max mod slot of 10 and the card has a mod slot of 10 that you want to put in, but you see that it has the same polarity, the same symbol, you can cut that mod slots that are on that card from 10 to 5. You cut it in half. You get what I'm saying? You put it in that spot and now you have like 5 slots to mess with for another mods and shit. Yeah. This character, Neza, is a Japanese or Chinese god. I can't get into the fucking details and shit, all that little foo-foo finay. But this character literally is the fastest by default. Okay? With it being fast as hell running wise, and to add on to that, this character has 0 friction. Meaning if you go and you're sprinting or running as fast as you fucking can and you suddenly stop moving and you stop running, your character will continue to slide. So like say you're running as fast as you can, you stop moving, you're going to slide another 4 rooms down the hallway. Because it has 0 friction. Well, not 0, but the lowest friction of any Warframe. Excuse the train, because yeah, I live in the ghetto. Right here is Mirage, okay? To me, she is one of the best, but very squishy, alright? If you notice, she has 65 armor. She gets hit a little bit more than Trinity and will still die, but I mean, she just all around, what she does is straight up DPS. She has her final is like a little disco ball that goes flying in the room, and as it's floating in the air, it's actually shooting out like strong, deadly ass lasers and shit. And these lasers actually are like, depending on the enemy, is like an instant kill kind of thing. She's very, very deadly. And what's funny is that helmet right there is actually called Harley Quinn helmet or some shit like that. But yeah, this character right here, I'm sorry, I've gotten this character as my first prime. This was my second prime, the Nova Prime. Loki Prime is my first prime, and I swear to God, I fucking love it. Right now, you will not be able to get him because he is vaulted, unless you are willing to spend plat, which I only have 1 plat up at the top left. If you see it, the money, the credit wise, is how much you can get in the game. And then platinum, you either have to spend real money or do a trade on the game. I only have 1 because I constantly sell and trade, but I haven't been on here in a while, so yeah, my shit's been normal. Back to this character real quick. Loki Prime, amazing. His powers, he can turn invisible. He can do radial disarm, which means that the enemies will actually drop their weapons and bring out their melees rather than shoot you. So, I mean, that's cool and that's very good, but he's also squishy as well, because if you notice, the armor is low, health is low, and shield is low. So if he gets hit pretty hard, he's going down. What's cool about it is that his power is actually kind of up there. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, character-wise, amazing. Definitely good on spy missions. This is another contender for spy missions. Ivara, she is literally amazing. I mean, you can't even put her in a class of all those other Warframes because of her powers. Granted, you know, I'm maybe getting a little over dramatic with that, but her powers are just downright phenomenal. Her first power, she can switch between 4 different arrows, one that puts them to sleep, the enemy to sleep, one makes you invisible, one that creates a zip line, and then the last one is one that causes a noise. So if you're trying to be all sneaky, stealthy, low key, she is gonna take out an arrow that causes noise. You shoot that. When it hits the wall or whatever, the enemy is gonna run up to the arrow because they think it's you shooting, but it's not. You get what I'm saying? Character right here, downright phenomenal. Also, another little hidden factor that she has is she has one of her abilities that she can control any kind of projectile. Okay? That power is a little bit OP because say if you have a I think it's pronounced glaive or glaive, whatever the hell that spinning predator disc is with the 3 limbs or 3 pointy things. If you control that or have that as a weapon while having her with her power to control projectiles, you can literally control that. Excuse me. You can control that blade that she has anywhere you want. If somebody's upstairs, like 4 hallways down or whatever, she can control the blade up there and go through the hallway, cut people in half, go down the other hallway. It's just downright phenomenal. And to add on to that, if you go and shoot a bow and arrow, she can control the arrow just like the throwing disc. But sadly, when the arrow hits somebody, it's just a one hit and that's it. At least I think. I don't know. They might have changed it, but they might have not. But excuse me, by far the sickest character because of her powers just in general. Now, my personal favorite. What's up, y'all? My personal favorite, if any of you follow any kind of Egyptian gods and shit like that, this character, downright nasty as fuck. I can't even explain this character. He's right here. Inaros. As you can see, he's all pharaoh and shit because he is the Egyptian god Anubis. Egyptian god Anubis is all about death and everything, okay? And the Egyptian god Anubis has a human body with a dog head. What do you see here? Human body with a dog head. And then if you notice, the hands too. If you notice, the hands are crossed over like as if he's in a coffin. Another symbol for ancient Egypt and all that shit. Hang on, I'm gonna go through the other ones. For some reason I have to get bothered. Give me 1 sec. Alright, I apologize. I am back. Supposedly people have not seen a lizard inside of a house and freak out. But it's cool. Back on track. Okay, so this character is strictly an Egyptian god into the sense that he cannot die. If he goes down, his special hidden power is that he can bring himself back up by draining the life from either the enemy or teammates. Now, granted, that sounds very fucked up because, you know what I'm saying, your teammate comes to help you. You can easily kill them by just, like, putting your hand on their chest, draining their power, and coming back up and being like, oh, well, you're dead now, so fuck you. I actually cheat the game, and I try to use my Kuburo, the little dog you can bring on to the missions and shit. I try to use the dog's health. You know, hashtag anti-animal cruelty, you know, all lives matter. But I try to use the dog. I like energy siphon the fuck out of him, get myself back up. If my dog dies, I can always try to pick him back up because this character's health, I don't know if you can see it, but his health is at 550. Alright? His shield is at 0 because he's strictly like just take life from other people. So he doesn't need a shield. He just rocks like tons of energy. And with the mods that I got set up for him, his health isn't at 550. His health is at like 4,000 something. So this man can literally not die. I have him to where he just straight up killing everybody. You know what I'm saying? But there's actually higher tiers of health. Like if you fully max out the card Vitality, you can get his health from 4,000 to like 6,000 or 5,000. Not sure. I'm getting to the last couple warframes. This right here, my favorite, because to me, he reminds me of a samurai. This dude is strictly defense. If you have an objective you're trying to protect, say like there's a box you have to protect, this man can create a bubble called a snow globe, he calls it, or the game calls it snow globe, but he creates a bubble of ice, and it literally, you can take a shit ton of damage and shoot out of the bubble and kill everything in sight. He's also good at somewhat crowd control because he can freeze everybody in the area with ice, and as soon as they're frozen, he kind of like, I don't know how to explain it, he stomps the ground and makes everybody shatter. It's pretty cool. What was I gonna say? This character is actually the first Warframe to come out. Because the whole backstory is that all these Warframes are like, excuse me, all these Warframes are pretty much asleep. You get what I'm saying? This Warframe was actually the first ever to be awoken from the state. You know what I'm saying? His powers are pretty much just like crazy weird. He has a power called Exalted Blade, which he takes out a sword made of straight energy. He swings it and he creates a giant line, a ripple effect of like, you know, when a rock hits the water of a very still lake and it creates ripples across the water. He does the same thing but with blades of energy, and he just cuts the whole entire room up and kills everybody in sight. He's just all around excellent. To me, not the best, but he's pretty OP. Now, this chick, I swear to God, if this bitch was real, I'd be all up in that. I wouldn't pull out. Her name is Ember, alright? She literally engulfs everything in fire. She runs around. She has a power called World on Fire. That's one of the powers. All she has to do is walk up to you and you burst into flames. She doesn't even have to touch you. She just covers everything in flame. I don't know how to explain her powers. If you see very closely, you can see little red dots coming off her. Those are embers. Just like fucking her name, you know what I'm saying? Now, here's the last two characters that are, in my opinion, my favorite. Okay? I'm going to save my most favorite Warframe for last. Sorry about that. Something's going on with my voice. This character, you can only get him once in the game. If you delete this character or get rid of him, you are fucked, because you cannot get this character again through the quest, okay? This man's name is Chroma, and I'm actually going to click on him to show you his powers and shit, because this big-ass dragon is not even supposed to be, like, legal in this game, okay? Abilities, alright? Spectral Scream. Pretty much, if you are standing in front of him, this man will take a giant ball of fire, or whatever color your energy is, that's what power, or I don't know how to explain it. Okay. You see how my character right now has green lights on him? Like little green dots and shit? That means that right now, if I use Spectral Scream, instead of fire coming out, it's going to be gas. Poisonous gas. Because of the color you see the color right there, those little dots? Because that color is green, it's going to come out as gas and poison. If I set those colors to red, he's going to be fire. If I set it to blue, he's going to be ice or snow. Instead of the fire coming out or the gas coming out, it's going to be like a giant thing of snow shooting at you. It's going to freeze you up and shit. What was I going to say? White, if you put the power to white, the color white, what energy is that? What power? Fuck. White is electricity. So instead of him shooting out fire, he shoots out electricity. It's just, you have to play with the power color in order for him to do that kind of weird shit. Don't know how to explain it. Now going back to the powers, this man is strictly, not only does he have the effect to switch out his powers of what he has coming out of his mouth when he uses Spectral Scream, but Elemental Ward, pretty much like, say, I don't know how to explain it. Say somebody's running up to you and there's a bunch of like enemies or whatever. If I have my power set to like green, white, black, blue, whatever, that's what effect your weapons will do. If I have this elemental ward on me and it's gas, all your weapons do gas damage and poison damage. You get what I'm saying? Now, my favorite power is this. Vex Armor. I can't explain it to you, but this is what it pretty much does. When shields are hit, Chroma's armor grows stronger. When his health takes a hit, weapon damage increases. So pretty much, Vex Armor is pretty much the translation to fuck somebody's day up. Okay? Effigy or Iffy at the bottom, the last power, he pretty much takes his skin off. Okay, bear with me. He takes his skin off, and his skin literally sits there flying, breathing fire out of its mouth and holding down a certain area. So like say you got a package you got to protect, you can shed your skin right next to the package and you don't got to worry about shit, because that flying pelt of skin attacking everything not only stuns the enemy so that when it roars, everybody stands there and they're like kind of disoriented, like, fuck, where's my glasses kind of shit. But they also, as soon as they're stunned and this little fucking pellet of skin breathes out fire, I don't know. To me, it seems like it does twice as more damage as the normal fire coming out of the mouth, because it's the flying pelt of skin. But if anybody can test that out and get back to me, let me help me prove that little theory. Now, this character, awesome as hell, but sorry, to me, in my opinion, everybody else has their own favorite Warframe. This motherfucker is my favorite, dude. Hold on. I'm trying to see if I have a stance for him, and I do not. Great. Alright, hold on. Alright, I don't have any animation sets at all, because, like, what the fuck? Okay, perfect. At first, I didn't know what the hell this character did, up until I noticed his body language. Right here. When you put a certain stance on him, he's bobbing back and forth like a boxer. Okay? This motherfucker does nothing but throw fists 24/7. Alright? I'm going to click on him, and I'm going to go to his abilities real quick. Alright? Landslide. Pretty much his hands, like his fists, get engulfed. And I mean like straight up just looks like some fucking Marvel superhero type shit. His hands get enveloped with rocks. Alright? And he'll run at you and just start swinging his fist covered in rock. And that shit does like 3 times. Like, I'm just going to let you look at what's damage right here on the side. What damage those fucking fists do. 350 each hit. So, I mean, you can't take out a boss like that, but, I mean, you can take out little dudes like nothing. Tectonics, in my opinion, it may not seem that well or that big of a deal, but if you have a fuck ton of enemies running down a hallway coming after you, and you don't want them boys coming at you just yet, you throw that up and you literally create a wall of rocks in the hallway so they can't get through. Now, that may sound cool and shit, you know what I'm saying, or kind of like what the fuck, but there's a second part to it. It says, summon a rock wall, activate again to send the rocks crashing towards the enemy. So if I bring up that wall, you're going to get a giant boulder that is rolling down the hallway of straight up rocks that will beat the fuck out of you. Okay? Now, this part is my favorite because I've played against other players, and this ability honestly gets them 9 times out of 10, and they fucking hate it. I mean, I had people quit the game because I'm fucking them up with this. Right here, Petrify. Fossilizes foes with Atlas's hardened gaze. It's Medusa's stare, bro. If you're running at me and there's a bunch of enemies or whatever and y'all trying to kill me, I can freeze y'all to stone and shit. Hold on. I got a phone call. Give me 1 sec. Alright, sorry about that. We got a phone call at 12 at night. Don't know why. Petrify, I can pretty much freeze everybody to stone, like I said. Now, my favorite part, or favorite power, should I say, is this. Because I'm just going to explain it to you. Rumblers. Summon 2 elemental stone brawlers to the melee. Pretty much, you create 2 rock-sized versions of yourself, and they go running at the enemy, wailing on them with their fists. You get what I'm saying? Now, here's where I've switched everything up because I have very weird mods that are strictly set for this character. The Tectonics, the one where I can create walls, instead of me activating it again and the rock turns into a giant ball and kills them, I can put up more than just one. I can put up like 3 walls or whatever. So if there's multiple enemies coming at me and I want to barricade myself in a hallway, 1, 2, and then the third one I can put wherever. Rumblers, it usually summons 2 elementals. Mine's is a little different. I have a mod to where it only summons 1 big ass rumbler. Instead of the 2 little mini ones, it sends 1 big one. And this big one actually has a shitload more damage and it can taunt the enemy. So say there's a bunch of enemies in front of him and they don't want to come up closer, he'll actually the rock dude will like say do like a little motion or a little taunt, and they'll actually run up to you instead of them sitting back there in the back of the map not coming at you. You get what I'm saying? Very, very good characters in my opinion. This whole game Warframe is very good in my opinion. This is going to be the end of this broadcast. What I'll do is I'll upload more videos on what to do on here because it's very straightforward to the point that a lot of people may have questions about little tidbits on the sides like how do I do this, how do I do that, la da 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 da. I'll post more videos about them. If you're able to see this video either now or at a later date, click like, subscribe, drop a comment, do whatever, doesn't matter. hollering at my boy Young Metro over here. I see you, bruh. Thank you for viewing it through the live broadcast. So yeah, this is Warframe, and more videos will come.